What's up everyone, 124san's here, and this time with another Duskmourn Premier Draft. I've played 3 red-white aggro deck for this time's flashback draft, so I really want to play something else. Without further ado, let's start the pack 1 pick 1. Finally, we got a pretty good rare in outside of red-white, and TT Tracker, stream in a 2-3 flash. Eerie, when the enchantment enters or it fully unlocks a room, draw a card. The flash is very good and you're most likely gonna at least draw 1 card after resolving this card. And this dodges all the sorcery speed removal, and there are a lot of enchantment in this set. So for example, the Glimmer Burst makes a 1/1 enchantment creature token for you to draw 1. And the Maddening Hex, this card is from Special Guest and I actually haven't finished reading, but probably not playable. Pack 1 pick 2. If you want to stick in mono blue, Meat Locker Drown Diner is perfectly fine. But the power level of this card is not that high. The strongest card here I think is Fear of Burning Alive, 6 mana 4/4. Deal 4 damage to each opponent, and if you have Delirium, you also deal 4 damage to a creature. Although if we take this and be in blue-red, we're gonna be in the runes archetype, and Delirium is doable but not as easy. Or we can just take Fear of Surveillance, which is a premium creature in white and also works well with the red-blue or white-blue enchantment. I think it's gonna be between these two. I prefer Fear of Surveillance for now. Pack 1 pick 3, we go past the piggy bank. This is a sign for me to just take the piggy bank and move back to red-white. That would be like too fast. And Petrol Beastie is also a pretty amazing card, especially if I have the Fear of Burning Alive. Pick last pack, because this card enables Delirium by milling, and also it's an artifact creature for 2 card types, and also it's a 1-mana 3/3 beater. Once you have Delirium, very strong card. But I think I'm just gonna pick a Glimmerlight here, because Glimmerlight is the most open pick. It also works well with Entity Tracker, and it can be played in every single deck. Pack 1 pick 4. Blue is like a pretty whatever. I think I'm just gonna take a strong white card. It's gonna be between Unsettling Twins or Seize from Slumber. One's a creature, one's a removal. Although this is not trapped in a screen. If it's trapped in a screen, I will 100% take this over Twins. But now I think they are like pretty much equal. I kind of like Unsettling Twins more than Seize from Slumber. Pack 1 pick 5. We can take a Seize from Slumber to commit more in white, or we can just take another Glimmerlight, which you can play in every single deck. I prefer this. Pack 1 pick 6. Seeing Glasswork here. Can we just take Glasswork and be in red-white again? Or Glasswork is actually pretty good in red-blue as well, so also works with Entity Tracker. The blue cards, Vanishing from Sight and Fear of Falling are fine, but I like Glasswork much more. Pick 7. I think I'll just take Vanish from Sight. The other cards are pretty whatever. And Innocuous Stress is the best card in black, but I have no cards in black. Just gonna pass all the black cards to the left. Pack 1 pick 8. Marina Vandriel. When it enters, review top 7 and gets all the enchantments. Wow, this is super daring. Is there like any possible way that this deck can play Marina Vandriel? But if I base blue-red, we can just play this on top to fully draw all the runes. Well, it's not like other cards. I'm gonna play any other cards here, so let's just take this. Pack 1 pick 9. I would not play any card here, I think. So maybe just gonna take an Infernal Phantom. Or we can still take a Vicious Clown, which is gonna be better than Infernal Phantom if you're in red-white again. Pick 10. Jumps, pretty filler. Just gonna take a jump scare. Pick 11. Intruding Soul Rager. I really don't want to be in red white again, so let's actually take this opportunity to take the signpost here. And then pick up Piranha Fly. And just gonna pass the right of the moth to the left. Pack 2, pick 1. Anything outstanding? Well, nothing too outstanding, but Underwater Tunnel / Slimy Aquarium is a pretty good role filler for red blue rooms. And this can trigger Entity Trigger twice as a room, which is very good. Also just need to pay 1 mana for the left side, which is pretty relevant, especially if you start your hand with this. Pack 2, pick 2. For blue-red, here's Fear of Being Hunted, which is an enchantment. I think that's the only part we care for a blue-red deck. If you want to play white, here's Fear of Abduction, which is actually a pretty good card. Or we Conducting Machete, it will be played no matter what deck we are in, although it doesn't synergize with what we're doing, but this will be the most open pick. And we're not gonna be like that aggro, so actually I think it's fine passing on these two. Let's take a more open pick here. Back to pick 3, we got past Toby, Beastie Befriender, Flop Hit Drummer, Piggy Bank. Can I just take this whole pack and go home? But sadly we can't. Is this a sign of we playing white again? I think Toby is much stronger than Blood Piss, even though Blood Piss is very strong. Let's take Toby, screw it. Maybe we just cut all the blue and be in red white again. Right, pick 4. If you want to do the rooms thing so bad, there's Central Elevator, search for a room for the left side, and alternate win condition on the right hand side, which is super daring. Too much daring to my liking, especially when there are very good cards like Glimmer Bursts. Yeah, gonna take a safer pick here. Pick 5, okay, we're not gonna go back to red because we got the best uncommon ever, Shattered by Ghosts. 2 mana Aura, put it on a feature and exile target non-permanent until this leaves, and the enchanted creature has +1 and ward 2. Yeah, this is a very strong tempo removal, and especially it's much stronger if you have the Sharp Mage Rescue to protect the creature. But yeah, we are not looking back after this. Pick 2, pick 6. Just gonna pick a 1-drop here. No, I don't think anything else, any other card is like better than this. Back to pick 7, we got an Exorcist, which is pretty decent. Exile artifact, enchantment, or big creature. Pick 8, we got a Fear of Immobility, which is a pretty good top end, also being an enchantment for Entity Tracker. And the other cards is pretty whatever. We already have 1 Marina Vendro, and we don't even have any fixing for that. Pick 9. Just gonna take a filler on Curve, which is gonna be Hardened Escort. And pick 10. Not gonna play any of this. Like Living Phone is pretty bad. Planet Ghost. We already have like a lot of 4-drops. 11, yep, not gonna play anything here. Pick 12, Bear Trap and the Void Bridges Reaper. I'll take a Bear Trap, not gonna play it though. And right now, judging by the curve, we can actually try to go pretty aggro, especially like Piranha Fly, Surveillance, Veteran Survivor. And yeah, this deck actually looks kind of aggro. And we open another Shelter by Ghost in pack 3, pick 1. And if this doesn't exist, I think I'm just gonna take maybe even a Vagabond's Lair because it's enchantment land, but I only have 1 Eerie card for now. Yeah, let's just take Shelter by Ghosts. Big 2. I think we just go with Glimmer Seeker when we are doing tempo stuff. This is very good with combat tricks like Jump Scare, removals like Shelter by Ghosts, and the other cards like just fine. I would love to see like Cheerleader or Piranha wheel though. Big 3. Roaring Furnace Steamy Sauna. This will be very good if you're in red blue, but we be in blue white we also have Shelter by Ghosts, so that's fine. And Restricted Office is a board wipe. Targets 3 or greater, but it is kind of restrictive. Although our creatures also dodges that, mostly dodges that. But I'll just go with a safer pick, which is Glimmerlight. Pack 3, pick 4. Just gonna take an Unwilling Vessel. It has Eerie, and our deck is doing a pretty good job at triggering Eerie. Pick 5. This pack is either we take a removal like Unable to Scream, or we take a threat like Curse Windbreaker. But I think we should prioritize on removal more here. And this deck is more tempo, so Seasonal Slumber is worse than Unable to Scream. Pick 6. Nothing here I want to play. Just gonna take a rare. Pick 7. Take a Piranha Fly for 2-drop. And pick 8, just gonna rare draft. And actually, if you're playing on paper, Untiling Malfunction is like 4 Canadian dollars or something. Because you can redirect a spell and also destroyed an artifact. Pretty versatile. Pack 3, pick 9. This deck like don't make a sound. Actually not sure if this. Nah, let's just take a room. No, this deck doesn't play fail tests. Take a key, and now we proceed to deck building. I think this deck will want to run 16 lands, try to be more aggro. 11-8 spread, so I'm just gonna go 50-50 on lands. And now then, what land do I play? I don't know, what spell do I play? I think it's just gonna be Underwater Tunnel. This thing can be cast on turn 1 for Surveil, trigger Eerie twice for Entity Tracker. We actually don't have that many cards that cares about Eerie. There's only Entity Tracker and Unwilling Vessel. And this deck would just probably just gonna be another aggro deck. And you can actually move the Glimmer Lights on a Piranha Fly and attack in the air. And Shelter by Ghosts is a very strong tempo removal. Just need to make sure you kill opponents before they get rid of the creature with Shelter by Ghosts. Right, that's it for this deck. Let's see how this deck does. Alright, here we are, game 1 going first. We can play Underwater Tunnel, hoping to find the 2-drop. And yep, that'll be it. And we definitely need a 2-drop. There's no 2-drop here. So I just ditch both in that case. Or do I want to guarantee an island? Nah, screw it. Let's just ditch both. And maybe we draw like a Piranha Fly. Okay, we draw a Glimmer Light. Yep, we got rewarded. But then now the question is, do we draw a land? Okay, we did. Nice. Although not playing anything and not equipping Glimmer Light is a little bit sus here. Or maybe I'm just playing around. There are 2 mana counter spell. Oh. Okay, that's fine. I would be kind of afraid if they just pass with 3 over mana. In that case, maybe. But if I play this after they tapped out on our turn end, there's a chance that they use the unable to screen on the entity tracker. Yep, bounce. That's fine. We just entity tracker. And then we can... I think I'm just gonna kill him a burst first, so that we guarantee a land drop, and it also fair spell against Watchdog. Yep, not gonna play that on instant speed in case of a counter spell or something. Island cycling. And next time we're just gonna fail of immobility. They do have 2 mana up, so that's something to keep in mind. In that case, I think I'm more likely gonna slimy aquarium here. Right, here surveillance can be flipped. That works. Throw away a card. And I don't know what they have for 2 mana, but let's just attack. Alright, we got in. And they had nothing. So them, they might have either soft counter or hard counter. Both answers here of immobility. Or do I do just? Because I don't have to resolve this right now. I can just cast other things, and those are already pretty threatening. And do I attack entity tracker into a 3/1? If they use a combat trick, they have no way to prevent that. But actually, maybe using unable to screen here might be a good idea. If entity tracker is on board, we still draw a card with this, and if they use a combat trick, they are not gonna have much power this time. Alright, that works. And we just attack. Oh, this one doesn't do anything. Or screw, let's just attack with this. Maybe they do have some combat trick. And block the big things. Vanish from sight. Oh, just gonna be on top. And they're chump blocking. Fine. Nah, there's no like blue mono blue board wipe. So let's just try to the board. Spine Seeker Centipede. Oh, it doesn't block anything here well. So we are doing great here. Equip the Glimmer Lights for the flyer and attack all. And do they have instants? They do have instant in graveyard, so it's not very likely for this to hit Delirium out of nowhere. So let's just attack. Or I could have flipped this for a Vigilant Surveil. Alright, they chump blocked. Let's just pass here. Scattering Skull Grab. Flash and the tracker that might eat a counter spell, but gets out. Okay, that's fine. If they get out this, that means our fear of immobility abilities can resolve. They can't counter this because they don't have 2 blue up. And if they don't have anything, it's a good game. Alright. Oh, and the tracker pulled a lot of weight here. And I'm glad I ditched the first 2 cards. So I get a 2-drop, and the 2-drop is super relevant. Glimmer Light, giving anything +1/+1, make a 1/1, even though the 1/1 gets bounced by the pool. Alright, that will be 1-0 heading into game 2. Alright, here we are game 2, going first, and with a perfect curve. Oh, turn 3, do I play Export or Seeker? I think I want the upside of Seeker more. I can play Seeker into a Vengeful Sight for card draw. React Playmate, that's fine. Although if I run this into a Glasswork, that would just be too bad. Or I can play a Hardened Escort first, and that will make Glimmer a good attack. Okay, let's go with this. If this is Glasswork, then it's less likely for a Glimmer Seeker to eat the Glasswork. But Moldering Gem, alright, they took a turn off the ramp. And now we just gonna resolve our threats before anything else. And also move the Glimmer Light for more damage. +1 indestructible. And if they play one big thing, I just vanish from sight. And if they don't deal with Glimmer Seeker, I can just draw a card with this. Alright, Spine Seeker Centipede draws a land. They are at 0 Delirium, so this is not a glue blocker whatsoever. With 2 basic land searches, they didn't hit any off color, so they're just playing straight up red green, and they leave 0 mana up, so we are definitely getting the Glimmer Seeker value here. Attack with both. If they do like an Omega block, I can just blow them up with Vengeful Sight, which is very good. Chum block? I'm fine with that. Regardless, we draw a card. In that case, Piranha Fly is not mana efficient. So let's just make a 3/3. And server 1. Server 2, sorry. Toby. And Unwilling Vessel. Does this deck need the Vessel? Let's just take Toby here. And Toby, if I have 4 more tokens, every token has flying. We're not gonna hit that. Or, right, BCB down is pretty good with Delirium, +2/+2. And, well, attacking is a big thing. Do I chump block? The question is... I think I take that for now. And defeat. And this attack is the 4/2 menace, which is not ideal. And if I just bounce that, equip attack, they will 100% double block here. Is that what I want? Or I can just also play to the board on our end. I think I like that better. And maybe reserve our bench for size for the weight room. Alright, they did the weight room. And nobody is gonna attack here. Pretty sure. So the game plan is basically gonna be attack with Piranha Fly for lethal in 4 turns. And hold up Vanish from sides in case of a combat trick or fight spell like the Beastie. Sounds like a plan. Alright, flying coming in. If I only play the Seville Toad, it's like too obvious of what we are doing, so let's just pass here. Sacrificing the Seville Toad, so that's our hand information is more hidden. Actually, don't know if that works, but right. If that's what they want, move to blockers. Small things block the 4-2. Double block a 5-5. And if it's a mana, I'm just gonna use it. Yep, use this right now, so I don't take like literally 10 damage. And the tracker is definitely on top. Alright, the under tunnel, not playing underwater tunnel worked out here. That's sweet. If I play the Seville too, but not the other side, opponent might not make that play. Alright, it's not lethal anytime soon, so let's just attack with everything. I have to block something here. And then before damage. Oh yeah, I thought I hold full control. I messed up the card draw, but anyways, doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I should have a priority after the Glimmer Seeker trigger. And I thought I had full control there, but I blame Arena for that. And anywho, everything worked out here. Leaving the mana up is really important. And now we are at 2-0, heading to game 3. Alright, so we're at game 3. Start with another perfect curve. Also going first again. I love going first. Glimmerlight. Or if I have this earlier, I would just Surveil too. For 4th land draw maybe? Okay, we draw our 4th land. So we don't need that. And do they have a counter spell? They don't, right? They're playing 3 colors. Ardent Escort start deck. Alright, I think I'm just gonna play a Glimmer Seeker instead because this has higher upside if they didn't find an answer to this. And then attack for 2. Yeah, if they only like play a big creature, then I can 100% get the Glimmer Seeker going. But if Glimmer Seeker is a removal, that's not the end of the world. I'm still attacking for 2 a turn with what's already on the board. Unnerving. Ugh. What a disgusting card. Bounce something and make it 2-2. I think I'm just gonna redo what I did. Or actually, I could have. I can attack and jump scare. I could have. I mean, I can't do that now. But I can still do the Saber 2. Or land drop. Ah, yeah, that's perfect. And if they only play one big thing, they'll be still fine. I wish I should have do the jump scare thing last turn. Oh well. Played a cursed Windbreaker. I think I just need to give this indestructible, so let's move a Glimmer here. Attack with both. Purple block, if jump scare resolves, I don't have enough power. So let's try to go for that. Alright, it resolves. So I think I'm just gonna remove 2 things. And draw a card. It's an X sources, and I cannot move this Glimmerlight or it will die. But let's just pass. I'm not afraid of... Oh, what am I afraid of here, actually? If I play this, I might run into a counter spell, but if I only play a counter spell, that should still be fine, I guess? Or we just unable to screen for more damage. I think that's actually better. We still have a Exorcist, and okay, they're just done with this. They have 6 mana, but if they probably don't have anything playable, maybe they have 2 cards with 2 green pips and can't cast them. Alright. Oh, this aggro tempo deck is pretty sweet, even though we are not drawing any of the Shelter by Ghosts. Outside of the tracker, the Shelter by Ghosts will be the best card in our deck. Alright, moving on to game 4. Alright, game 4, finally we go second, and this is the first time we draw the Shelter by Ghosts. Glimmer Life for 2, Heart and Scroll 3, totally fine. 1 drop, yep, this thing. This thing is pretty annoying, not gonna lie. We can play a Piranha Fly. Ugh. I think with this, I want to play a Sphere of Surveillance and block the House Cartographer. I have to block this if I have the chance. Alright, not gonna give them any card drop on there. Grab the prize, alright. I think that, yeah, they are trying to hit a land drop, they didn't. Which is good. Ardent Escort. And just gonna Shelter by Ghosts. If they play something that's worth. And if they attack with... Okay, they are super duper desperate. And they still haven't found a land, but at least that card can net mana. Let's play to the board. Are they? Oh, okay, they're like Omega Doomed. Shelter by Ghosts. Feel so bad for our opponents. They're trying so hard to kill a land drop and their house. If they have a combat trick, their hand is like 10 times better. But I played a 2/2 blocker to trade it with their house cartographer, and that's caused their entire downfall. Ugh. Yeah, if I were there, I'm definitely keeping the hand, but just hope your opponent doesn't have a blocker. Anywho, 4-0 heading into game 5. Alright, game 5, opponent goes first. This hand, no 2-drop. Really want to draw one more land, and even with that, it's not the best thing ever. I'm gonna mulligan this, aggressive mulligan, and then we got a hand of perfect curves, just gonna keep 6, bottom of the land. Clockwork Percussionist, okay. And hopefully A Shadow by Ghost gives +1/+0. You're just gonna Shadow by Ghost on turn 2. And not gonna block here, of course. And yep, that's a very good Shadow by Ghost target. And then they leave the Quarko Percussionist behind. Most likely. And I can't exile a single card. Ugh. That's a little bit bummer. And the jump scare is so safe right now. But if they leave like their entire household behind, even jump scare is not enough. So let's just hold back for this turn. And next turn I'm in the Dragonfire range. If that happens, yeah, if that happens, I will be in pretty bad spot. So hopefully they don't have that. One can hope. Alright, they leave everything behind. They leave these attack Omega Sus. I don't want to attack into like 4 open mana, especially when the stakes is super high. So let's just play the Glimmer Seeker and pass here. And now we are immune to Dragonfire because of jump scare. But we are not immune to Glasswork if they have a land or the Betrayer's Bargain. Play a land. And if I have Charmage Rescue, this will be the best thing ever, but I don't. Charmage Rescue just like blank any removal they have. And also pump this by 1 more. Are you seriously gonna leave 5 mana up doing nothing? In that case, I'll just try to attack with Glimmer Seeker. And drawing a land wouldn't be bad because I can move the equipment and hold up. Congratulations. If your target is Veteran Survivor, congratulations. I have no answer for that. Yep, that's not enough. Goodbye. Well, they draw a land, so I still can do this play. And I think I'm just gonna Vanish from Sight the Arabella before it attacks. Or I can just make a 3/3. Let's make a 3/3. Also, use our blue pips. Toby is a very bad thing to put face down. But Piranha Fly is a good card for face down. You can just flip this up for this to be a 3/2 flyer. The Balloon Man makes anything has... Oh, sacrifice, so you just can make a clockwork every turn. Very good for them. At least not something like the 6 mana 4/4 deal 4 to your face. That'll be one of the best thing to copy. And it's also in Balloon. Balloon is a creature type. What did they get? They get a Glassworks. Uh-oh. Stinky. I need to hold up this jump scare. And I think I need to hold back this Piranha Fly because Arabella drains for that much when she attacks. So Glimmer Seeker attacks. Chunk block, or maybe not that easy. Turn inside out. Oh wait, let's use this. And the Surveil one. Do I want Glimmerlight? Actually, if it's island, that'll be good. I did hit an island, alright. Sheltered by Ghost Glimmer Burst. Alright, they are gonna waste a Glassworks here. And Sheltered by Ghost remove... Temple remove something. Great, perfect. Yep. Uh-oh. It's not enough unless you have more damage. Oh. Oh, they do have more damage. Okay, you got me. And Arabella is a very bad attack. But the next card is actually so good. So I think this turn is gonna be... And this only activates a sorcery. But they are able to draw more lands, but I just don't want Arabella to attack. I actually don't know what's a better option here. But maybe if because I didn't exile their Jolly Balloon Man, that makes them find the next answer for the Dragonfly. Ah, that can happen. And I probably should have used the Underwater Tunnel. And Arabella only drains for 2 actually. Yeah, I definitely should exile the Blue Man. That card's disgusting. Dissection tools. Alright, at least the next card is the blank. Let's draw 2. And just gonna unable to screen here. Vessel is fine. But they can sacrifice the unable to screen target to move the equipment. Land. And don't know what that thing is. And they have to attack with the 4/4 here. Otherwise they lose on the spot. Elegant Rotunda. For counters. Yeah, now we're gonna be live neutral for this exchange. Yep, they have to attack with this. Go back to 8. And if they attack with this, I'm gonna take from the percussionist. They gain life. They make a 1/1. Unveiling Vessel, flip the Slimy. Piranha. Okay, perfect. Their next turn. If they literally draw nothing here. And now I was just gonna unveiling. This also makes flying. Okay, good to know. Because I think I can just offer the chump block here, or not block at all. I'm not in any sort of danger. But if they use like removal on the Piranha Fly, I'll probably have to block here. But even after blocking this, they can just make any... Okay, that's really bad. They have their own Shattered by Ghosts. That's like the least thing I want to see here. Now they are no longer dead. As they get theirs. Flips. Okay, I was just gonna scoop here. Prematurely scoop here. Not gonna beat these two attacking. Oh. Suddenly they draw their own Shattered by Ghosts and then the thing turns 180. Yeah. That's how good the Shattered by Ghosts is. It's pretty strong, but it also has like pretty big weaknesses. If you can't kill your opponents in time, the opponents will may eventually find the removal to get rid of the creature. And actually now they got the 2-for-1 because you lose both Shattered by Ghost and the creature they removed. Well, 4-1 heading into game 6. Alright, here at game 6, got a perfect curve. Tunnel, Surveillance, Toby, and Conductive Machete or Slimy for 4. We do need one more land. So that's what we have here. We do got the other land. And Norn. I don't think I should block Norn. I can block Norn with Toby later. Nope. Manifest Dread. I think I'm just gonna trade into that. We got our surveil value by attacking. Shattered by Ghost, okay. That's it on top. And the feats. They suddenly hit 3 types now. Okay, second question. Do I actually block with Toby? If I block with Toby, the play is gonna be blank. But if I don't block with Toby, they play anything and that's still blank. But I can Shelter by Ghost on Toby. Huh. Or I should Shelter by Ghost on the beast. So this, and because beast already dodges the Dragonfire, also dodges all the fight removal. Fear of being hunted. Are you gonna attack with the fear of being hunted? If so, I have to trade with the beast. Sadly. Yep, it has to be like this. At least I don't have enough power to kill both, so I leave something behind. Yep, Toby is alive. In that case, there's no reason to Shattered by Ghost anymore. Let's just play a Machete because Machete is a bigger creature. Piranha Fly versus Hardened Escort. Both are pretty good. Let's take the fly. Wildfire Wicked Folk. I'm not gonna block that. But if they have a beastie beatdown, there'll be a 6-5. And in that case, I have to Shattered by Ghost there. Okay. I read them like a book. And if I block here, I don't have any targets for Shattered by Ghosts. I can take it. Equip is 4. Wow, that's a lot. What do we have here? North Highland. But if they have any creature removal, they just get their haste threats back. Like, yep, Glassworks. Oh, this is the weakness of Shelter by Ghosts. When you don't have the tempo, your opponents just get their stuff back regardless. Alright, 2 lands, okay. And now we're actually just gonna die to Shatter Yard. At this rate, they don't even need to play anything on their hand. I take 3 damage, 1 more damage, and then I only have 2 turns left. Unless I drew my other Shelter by Ghosts. Alright, 6 need. He gets any creature. Oh yes, so they're just gonna get that and attack for lethal. Yep, that's a lethal on board. Alright, this is a pretty bad showcase of Shelter by Ghosts. When you don't have the tempo, the card just does nothing as your opponent removes your creature and gets back their stuff anyways. And okay, now we're already at game 7. Mono white, but the hand is playable. And just gonna hope Fear of Surveillance help us out here. It's also good we're going first. Okay, we just immediately hit our blue, so that's good. And ideally I want to play Unveiling Vessel before the Glimmerlight to have the value, but if they do something like that, I'm afraid I have to play the Glimmerlight first anyways. So we have a good attack here. Shelter, okay. Good card when you're aggressive. And maybe if they play Glassworks here, that's like 1 less. Yep, that's 1 less concern. And this can throw a room to deal 2 damage to each opponent and draw a card, which is not a bad card right now. I'm just gonna attack here. If I get the jump scare, I can still play a 3-drop. Jump scare. And they will just eat their room and draw a card here, most likely. And then Unveiling Vessel. Alright, they use 1 Glassworks. That's 1 less stress for Shelter by Ghosts. And if I draw 2 Shelter by Ghosts, I can stack them up. And that will actually be great. It still doesn't dodge. Still doesn't dodge Glassworks if they have a land, but I'll have a flyer, at least. Screaming Nemesis. Okay, the Vengeful Sights can answer that if they don't have any counters as well. Face Glare already. Alright, this is a Vengeful Sights turn. And we get our 6 damage for this turn. Unable to screen. Okay, another perfect answer. If they just gonna replay that, this is gonna be perfect. And yeah, now they don't have a Glassworks, so the Unveiling Vessel is just doing so good right now. They draw 2 cards. None of them is removable. They're Screaming Nemesis. Alright, that's perfectly fine, as I am gonna scream that. And actually, let's attack for more damage here. And I think I just pulled it back, actually. And I have 2 counters. If they get rid of Unwilling Vessel, I get 2 flyers. Ripper can sacrifice the gallery, deal 2 to this. Fear of Immobility cannot cast. Just gonna be a conductive machete. Piranha Fly, that will be lethal. Or if I attack here, they get back their Unwilling Vessel, I get a 2/2 flyer. It's actually not bad, all things considered. I don't know. Let's be safe here. Land. Turn face up. And got him. Nice. Whew. They only have 1 Glassworks for this entire game, so Shadow Battles really worked there. Oh, there's like 3 games in a row where Shadow Battles played a pretty important role, even if it doesn't help us win. 5-2, heading into game 8. Alright, game 8 going first. We have Underwater the Tunnel for the land, and then we can curve out Toby. And needs much more lands for Fear of Immobility, but that should be fine. Vanish from side, I think has to go away, sadly. We do need more than 3 lands. And turn to Glimmerlight. And Toby will be pretty awesome if I have the signpost that makes a gremlin. Oh, gonna try to curve out here. Gonna ignore the rat. The rat is a 2-mana 1/1 that dies into a 2/2, essentially. And the final vengeance. What the heck? Exiles Toby. Okay. They're onto something here. Alright. Little bit unfortunate that we didn't draw a land. But at least we drew a playable Piranha Fly. Anything that cares about ping will only deal 1 damage here. Nah. Let's just give it to the Glimmer for better blocks here. Or I can still just attack with Bow. They block and block. And then the beasts. But I can keep attacking with the beast afterwards, so not the worst. All things considered. Okay. They had a gremlin before. And if we get to keep the fly, we can just keep attacking with the beast as well. So hopefully that's the case. If they attack, because it's not going to be a good blocker against 4/4 if they have removal for fly. And the 4/4 is not gonna... I'm not sure what happened there. Anyhow, and draw any tracker. Really hope we draw a land next turn after that. So let's just attack. Actually, not the worst if they use a Piranha Fly. They use a removal on the fly here. Because, okay, they did, sure. Because I can have a surprise blocker with the beast. With a flashing ending tracker. Flip. This has Menace Seti, so I'm just gonna block here. And Boiler Virgil, okay, perfect. We drew our land, so we can start doing things. Unlock. Manifest Strad, ugh. Would love to draw that, but those are not lands anyways. Attack both. Or maybe I should have Glimmer Burst. Oh well. Too late. For any. Oh, that's fine. Exorcist kills it. And they have Unholy Annex that drains for 2 if I don't answer that. So I actually don't want to tap it down here. And I can leave this alone because these two are still good attacks. So let's just Exorcist. Demon goes away. And now if I give it here and the block here, I will do like humongous damage. Or I can just no, I should just spend the removal right here because I'm drawing a card regardless. Yeah, that's better. And if they play another big thing, I just figure out immobility that. Don't need to reserve any removal. Theoretic Attic. Okay. The game's pretty over. There's no way they can come back with merely 3 mana. And we got him. Whew. Drawing a land is so crucial after the entity tracker. We are stuck at 3 for so long. And yeah, we managed to get rid of the 6/6 demon right away. Because this card is pretty disgusting. 5 mana, make a 6/6 flying demon and drains you for 2 and draw a card every turn if they control a demon. And there also are the demons outside of this 6/6. Oh, now we are at 6/2 and every time I play this flashback drafts, I always get to 6/2 and that would be the maximum amount of magic played in a single run. I'm not complaining though. That's a lot of value for the 1500 gems spent. And now we are already at the final boss, game 9. Starting with not the best hand, missing a 3-drop, but playable, especially with Glimmer Burst that draws more cards. And Piranha is pretty good, going first. Opponent mailed a mode. And this is not what I wanted to see. Hopefully I draw a 3-drop next turn, even if it's a... Uh-oh. Okay, 3-drop, not the worst. But Grumbling Tamer, we have no answers to that. That's gonna be the end of us. I'm afraid if they have the white room that makes a Glimmer, they'll just have like a bajillion tokens afterwards. So please don't play that. Please don't play Grand Entryway. They play Inquisitive Glimmer and make a 1/1. They play a Skullcrab. They could play other way, I mean. I can play a Glimmer Light and equip so that this is a better attacker. I actually prefer that instead of Glimmer Burst right now. Even though I should have used blue spells more, but this will make a better attacker. And we need to attack as much as possible before they literally win with the Gremlin Tamer. Fear of Surveillance. Oh, milled 2 good spells. Unable to screen. And yeah, ground is completely locked up at this rate. Wait, you wing attack with that? Well, maybe their last cast is a combat trick. Or not. Okay. Okay, it's solved. We got rid of their Gremlin Tamer. I don't care about anything else here. I think I main face Glimmer Burst because I can play a land if I draw one. I didn't. I think I don't move the Glimmer Light for this to be a better blocker. And the Shatterback Ghost is very good right now. Twins. Alright, that's... doesn't do much. I'm fine with that. And I'm just gonna double block the Fear of Surveillance. Glimmer Seeker. Glimmer Seeker isn't a good attacker, so let's just play Toby and Glimmerlight here. Fall the ground, attack with the fly. They don't have any good attacks here. Yep, they didn't. Alright, draw into another blue source. Really need it, to be honest. And stack my stats on the fly. I don't think I should attack with the beast when they have a 2-3 on board. Vanish from side. That's fine. Just leave it on top. Because that card can help us win games. They leave something on top. Something. Need to take note of that. Of the beast. Unable to scream. Okay, that's fine. Oh no, that's not fine. Our flag got milled. In that case, we might actually lose to the crab. Okay. Okay. Crisis averted. We drew a second buy. And if this attacks and I vanish from sight something, but nothing works out if they triple block. I think it's still fine if we just stack everything here. And attack. They have to respect this. And I just try to get rid of their creatures as much as possible. Trapping the screen, fine. I think it's fine to give it a ground creature because I can just attack with the ground creature later on. They still haven't presented anything that I want to vanish from sight. Or, okay. If they have cards like this, then I think I should try to get rid of the Skull Crab. That will actually be the way we lose here. Yep. We take another mill, going down to 13. But they don't have anything else. On the other hand, they literally don't have anything else. So if I can shelter by ghosts. Yeah, I exile that. Hopefully they don't have any answers. And try to kill them before they mill me out. I think I prefer the aggressive way here. Goodbye. Yeah, attack on the ground as well. Gremlin Tamer. You should be out of, yep, you are out of removals. Let's just play that out. And then we will be 2 turns lethal with this one. So let's just do this. Attack with these. Oh, these are actually valid attacks. But they don't have any power anyways. Let's just keep that on top. Yep, trade with the big thing. Just gonna move here and pass. Having a screen is not enough. Okay. Oh, they can't answer Shattered by Ghost. Okay. Yep, this is why Shattered by Ghost is good. If your opponents have no answer for it, this just gives you a lifelink and ward 2 also, and especially if it's on a flyer, they can't block this, so it just gets attack every turn. And yep, I exile the Incredible Glimmer and they can't get it back. Oh, that was sweet. I finally got a trophy. I had 2 games of 6 threes before this, and those were with red whites. I played 3 red whites this week, and finally being able to play something else, especially playing our pack 1 pick 1 entity tracker. Although I don't think blue is open. Yeah, outside of entity tracker, is there any good blue cards? Probably just Unable to Screen and Glimmerburst. Those are good blue cards. And Underwater Tunnel is a pretty good filler, and it did a pretty good job helping us surveil and find the cards we need for the early game. And also, this is one of the cheapest way to trigger entity tracker. And Piranha Fly, usually not a good card, but this is a aggro tempo deck, so being a 2-mana 2/1 is by itself, and a common is pretty good. And our curve, Glimmerlight help with our curve a lot, being a 2-drop that you can play on 2 and make a 1/1, and you can also just play this on 3 and then move the equipment to something right away. In one game, I move it to the Fear of Surveillance, so it becomes a very good attack. And yeah, Toby is the biggest reason we, not the biggest, but it is one of the reasons we move into white, because we see this getting passed. But the biggest reason we move into white is because we see Shelter by Ghost passed in pack 2, pick like 4 or 5 or something. Yeah, this is the best uncommon in white, and yeah, and in this run, you've already seen how many games I won and lost with Shattered by Ghost. And if your opponent can't answer this, there's just so much tempo swing. And especially if for aggro deck, you just play this, your opponents don't have any time to recover. And especially when they literally can't cast their removal spell because of the Ward 2. Ward 2 is being so important here. Overall, oh, pretty sweet deck, but just missing the Signpost as always. I've never played with Signpost in this time's flashback draft. And for blue-white, you've already seen the Signpost, but from the opponent's side. In the final game, the final boss, opponent played the 2-mana 2/2 Gremlin Tamer, which makes a Gremlin every time enchantment enters. And the other Glimmer is a 2-mana 2/3 and makes room and enchantments cheaper. Those two are pretty good signposts for this deck, and I would definitely play them if I see them. But I see none of those. Anyhow, can't complain, because I literally just trophied. Thank you guys so much for watching this Duskmourn draft, and see you in the next one.